Pharrell's beat for So Be It might be the best of 2025. But here's what many people don't realize. Pharrell is actually using the exact same formula for this beat as when he first started, and it's still working today. So today I want to break down how Pharrell made this beat for So Be It, the reason why it's so good, and the formula he's using even from way back that makes this beat a success. So let's rewind to way before Pharrell became who he is today, back when he first started. He felt like he had a beat making formula that would work at the time, but there was one problem. Almost nobody wanted to listen to him. Here's Navie, one of the first artists to give Pharrell a shot, explaining their first time working together.
He's like, that is going to work. And I was like, up until like when it really got mixed, I was like, yo, I don't know if I'm feeling this. He was like, well, what did I tell you? If you listen to me, you're going to have a #1 record. And at the time, I think he did work with Total, or he worked with Mace, but that was his fault, was that they wasn't listening to him. So I listened to the dude, and it went #1.
#1.
So Pharrell was right, his beat making formula worked, and this formula is exactly what he's using on So Be It. And we can see this formula show up in 3 different ways on this beat. So to start off, when we think about the beats back in the late 90s when Pharrell first broke out, most producers were using samples as the cornerstone of their beats. It was considered the common approach. And when we take a look at the types of samples and the sounds in them from the biggest songs back around this time, like All About the Benjamins,
What y'all wanna do? Wanna be ballers, shot callers, brawlers.
or Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Could See,
Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck valid in the place to be.
these songs used guitars from old 70s samples. So what did Pharrell do with his production? Well, he went sample less, using his own guitar sounds to build his beats. For example, when we take a look at Super Thug, one of his first breakout singles,
Hey yo, we light a candle, run laps around the English Channel. Neptunes, I got a cocker spaniel.
we can see him programming his own guitar, moving away from sampling. And this is partly how he was able to stand out in this era, by looking at what other producers were doing and finding a new way or a different path. And so when we fast forward to today, to an era where less producers use samples, Pharrell does the exact same thing on So Be It. In this beat, he does what producers are moving away from, and he chooses to actually use a sample, this Middle Eastern one here.
هلا وفيتي لكم أغار عليك.
Now, Pharrell isn't known as a sample-based producer, and yet he digs up a sample that not only has never been used, but the artist has never been sampled before either. So it's an ultra rare find by Pharrell with this beat that helps it stand out. Plus, when we dive a bit deeper into the production, even the way he uses the sample has a lot of impressive ideas for producers to learn from. Firstly, this section of the sample here is what Pharrell focuses on. And we see him not only chopping the sample up, but he does some advanced production ideas with these chops here. You can see with these first 4 chops, they aren't playing at full speed, they're playing with a much slower speed. Now, why does Pharrell do this? Well, if we play these chops at normal speed, you can hear the difference. The individual notes in the sample are much more audible now. Plus, there are a lot more notes playing, and this might get in the way of the clips rapping. So slowing the sample down seems like a smart choice here. It helps simplify the beat so the rapping won't have to fight with this fast-moving instrument that could get in the way. And that's one way Pharrell is able to make So Be It stand out compared to what most producers do today. But that's not the only thing different about this beat. Next, let's take a look at the drums. Back in the early days, Pharrell was able to get his beats to stand out with the use of unusual production and weird effects instead of the traditional drums that most producers were using. For example, when you listen to the drums in Light Your Ass on Fire.
Like your ass on fire. Like your ass on fire.
And we see that again with So Be It, how unusual the drum choice is. What you're hearing are the drum sounds being played backwards, and this is Pharrell yet again taking what everyone else is doing and finding a different way. In an era where everyone is using trap or drill drums, Pharrell takes these common textures and finds a way to make them unusual. So here we see the clap used for this beat, which is actually reversed with a fade leading into it. And as you can see, the peak of the sound is playing late since it's backwards. And when you think about this from a producer standpoint, using these backwards sounds is just gonna make life so much harder. Because when producers place their drum sounds like so, you know exactly when the drum is gonna hit, right when the note starts. But for these backward drums that Pharrell uses, you have to play the notes early just to have them play on time, and it becomes a bit of a guessing game because that peak hits late. So this is yet again Pharrell looking at what everyone else is doing and finding a way to have a new approach. And when we look at what Pharrell was doing when he first started, another idea that helped him stand out and sound so original was his use of rhythms. And again, not doing what everyone else was, like on Best You Can.
But if you really want me, girl, you gotta wiggle the best you can.
When you listen to the placement of the drum sounds, it's unusual compared to how beats were made at this time. And once again, we see the same thing with So Be It. Instead of going with the typical trap drum pattern, or even a boom bap pattern, Pharrell decides to build a pattern that doesn't fall into any of these popular drum styles. And this is the formula that we see from Pharrell past and present that has helped his beats stand out. He looks at what everyone else is doing and figures out a way of just doing something slightly different. Is this a guaranteed path to success? Absolutely not. It's high risk, high reward. But it's just impressive and really respectable to see a producer at the level of Pharrell still taking risks like this and it actually still paying off. But having said that, if you're a fan of Pharrell, I do have a video where I take a deeper dive into his production techniques. So that video is right next to me. Make sure to take a look at it. Like and subscribe, do all that good stuff. And yeah, check out this video next to me. I think you'll really like it. Bye.